Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is JenksTCG, and today I just want to talk about mentality to play like the pros of the series. And before we go any further, I just want to thank everyone so much for 500 subscribers. And in my eyes, they aren't subscribers; they're just new friends, new people that any comments that you put on the videos or any likes you give, I do get notified about them, and I love to involve discussion. We have a Discord channel that I've been doing questions of the day, and I've been getting to know some of our community members a bit better, and I love it. When I, this goes past just recently when I recreated my channel 4 years ago when I was really a no one in Pokemon. I didn't, I wasn't good at the game. I just loved Pokemon. That was my passion. I loved opening the cards. I liked opening the decks, watching streams, watching, players much better than I compete. I just want to create a community, and you can see it now. There's a 50 subscriber special on my channel about me wanting to build a community, and that's what I've done here, and I love it. I'm thankful for everyone that is subscribed to the channel and or watching this video right now. But enough about that. Thank you guys so much. You don't have to be here, but you are, and it means a whole lot to me. Now, besides that, we're talking about mentality. And mentality is an interesting topic because you can, mentality, mindset, headspace, however you want to picture this. Mentality is kind of what can take you from a super bad day, sour day, you 0-2 drop in a tournament, and instead you can kind of think of it in a different way, and maybe you lose a game and you're quick to go, I got unlucky. That's why I lost. It can't be anything else. And you start to realize maybe you could have done something better. And once you realize that you could have done something better, you'll never make that mistake again. And, just because you 0-2 drop an event or you don't play out an event and you do bad, it doesn't mean you didn't learn anything. And it can really take a weekend or an event in general, I guess, in a day, and you can change your headspace from being super sour and negative about what has occurred and turn it into something positive. There are people that go to events and they are there to have fun, and it's not always about winning. You got to remember that you can hang out with friends after events, you can hang out with friends during events, you can support friends during events, and you don't want to be super sour over an 0-2 drop. I know I have been sour over 0-2 drops and bad tournament placings, bad deck choices, whatever, countless of times, and something that helped me become a better player was to start not doing that. I know it's very simple, easier said than done, but think about, instead of just blaming your loss on luck or a bad matchup or whatever, try to think about how you could have done the day better. Maybe your deck choice wasn't good enough. You didn't scout hard enough for whatever, and you didn't find that X deck was better than the deck you ended up playing. Or you messed up a turn in your match, and then that turn, you'll never make that mistake again because you realized that you can grow from that mistake. And that's kind of where mentality comes in, because you want to have a growth mentality or a growth mindset and not a negative mindset. And the reason I say growth over positive is because a positive mindset can only get you so far. You can just be like, oh yes, I didn't play well, but that's okay, next game. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is going to take you and analyze what you did wrong and how you can do it better. And then the positive mindset is important for just keeping overall good health. You want to go throughout the day and be happy, have good time with the friends that you have at events, and not go about the day being sour. You're more enjoyable to be around. This mentality is really good, and sometimes it's not always about winning the tournament. I've talked to a lot of people that their goal is just to improve at the game. We're talking about winning single games, whether that's the PCGO ladder or an online tournament like a Hegster or something. Sometimes people just want to win a game. And that's where mentality can help you. If you have a growth mindset, you set goals of how you want to continue playing, it'll help you a lot. So a goal that some people have talked to me about is just winning a game. That's a great goal. And a mentality that is a growth mentality will help you get there, because every game you lose, you're going to start realizing that maybe you're making mistakes over and over again. You're going to learn from the mistakes, and eventually you're bound to win a game. If you play 100 games, the odds of you losing all those games is pretty unlikely, because you either win or you lose, and odds are if you play 100 games, you'll win a game. And the same goes for tournaments. And you don't want to burn yourself out, and this is a topic for another video, but we're talking about mentality. Burning yourself out is not good, and it will just make you take something that is fun, and that's playing Pokemon, and turn it into a job. And that's kind of why I've decided not to play Pokemon as much as I could during these times, because I don't want to make it feel like a job. I still want to enjoy Pokemon, and but the whole purpose is mentality is super important because it's going to take you from having a bad day and, you know, learning from those mistakes. Now, how do you learn from these mistakes? Well, we've identified that maybe you made a mistake in a game. Think about everything that your opponent did, and, you know, if you don't have the greatest memory, this could be a little bit difficult, and you might want to take notes during a game just to take this back. But on the online format, this is perfect because you're not actually interacting with the opponent, so you can just sit there, take notes, whatever, and the PTCGO game log is going to show you everything that you need to know about what your opponent did. So start thinking about how you could have played better in a certain turn. Maybe something that your opponent did 2 turns in advance actually revealed something that would happen later, and you didn't remember that. So you played right into their trap, and then, you know, whatever, they had boss's order, and you didn't play a hand disruption because you thought their hand was low. So you can start to use a growth mindset to look at plays that your opponent has made, and then once the game is over, learn from them. And also, something very important about mindset, say you start winning events. You're doing what you wanted. Your goal of becoming a better player is happening. You're winning events, and everything is going right. And this is something that I wrote a little bit about on my Channel Fireball article about, you know, growing as a player. And if you want to check that out, you can. Don't get too big-headed. This is something that I did in my transition from seniors to masters. I had a little bit of a hot streak, and then my first event in masters, I ended up top 16ing. And I was kind of full of myself, and it's not a good place to be at. I noticed that a lot of people would constantly say, you know, why are you being so full of yourself? You know, you're not that good or whatever. And they're right. I wasn't that good, and I thought I was. And it just kind of turns you into a super arrogant person and not someone that people want to be around. So if you start, you know, getting on a tear, you don't want to, you know, name yourself the king of a deck, or you don't want to just belittle other people's opinions because your events and your results show that you're better than them, so to say. So that would be my advice, is if you actually achieve your goals, be humble about them. People like to be around people that are humble, and if you can, you know, promote that, people will like to be around you more than someone that just belittles others for event placements. At the end of the day, Pokemon is a hobby. You know, these aren't, although they're accomplishments in the niche, they're not really accomplishments in the long run. And, you know, that's not to belittle any accomplishments that exist, but that's reality. And there's no point in being full of yourself in Pokemon. It's just not worth it. I had a short period where I was like that, and I wish I never did it. And that kind of just goes into, you know, mentality while you're evolving, while you're getting better at the game. But, you know, the main point here was, don't get so sour about an online event going poorly. And this is kind of what's cool about the online series, is there's so many tournaments. There are so many opportunities to learn. And you can use that growth mindset to identify those mistakes and make them better. A positive mindset is also important, just so that you are able to go forward and don't get burnt out. You want to, you know, focus on those goals that are going to make you a better player. And overall, just be happy playing Pokemon, because if Pokemon becomes a job, it's not going to be enjoyable. I can say that from personal experience. So that's going to wrap up this episode of Play Like the Pros. It was just kind of a simple, quick tip, a little bit expanded upon. I think mentality is super important, and it really helps to be able to analyze mistakes that you've made in the past. The uploads are a little bit stagnant because I have been super busy with school. I've been trying to work on a little project of mine personally, and it's taken up a lot of my time in addition to work. But as always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, just wanted to say thank you so much, and I appreciate everyone that has subscribed to the channel, given me support. Be sure to leave a like, comment, say, you know, what you want to see next. Play Like the Pros is a series about game skills that you can learn if you want to become better at Pokemon, and I would love to hear from you guys what skills you want to see next. So be sure to PM me or DM me on any social media if you want to talk more about the stuff I've covered today or in any of the previous episodes of this little series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.